All right, next session we are fixing the fog of war. So what did we have so far? So we have this. Now if you look right here, the problem, I discovered this after the last video, is that sometimes you would have a situation like this where it would, you couldn't go, no, I don't, it's not like this exactly, but there would be an empty space in front of you, but you still couldn't move into it. And what would happen is it's because we're starting. This is basically we're ray casting. That's what we're doing. It's just we're doing it in four directions, and we're only going so far out. But you need to start that from the player and go out. We were going out and coming back in, and so sometimes you'll have an empty space in front of you that you can't go into because it cast it out past that, and then it there was an empty space there, so it never entered the loop to actually come back. So we are fixing that now. Okay, you can see that. That one hit. See how it hit two there? I don't know if we can actually get into it though here. Anyway, trust me, it was there. Okay, so let's go. The fix is we're going to cast from the player out. So right here, I've implemented it here on up. Now that's where it was just egregious on that one. So let's implement down. And the algorithm here changed. So instead of instead of counting down from player site radius, these right here, remember these are counts right here. And instead of going from there down, we're going to start with 1 because we're going to cast 1 square out and then up to player site radius. So right now player site radius is 2. So we're going to start at 1. All these should start at 1 and then go out. So count down, we'll do down to, that'll equal 1. Okay, count down greater than 0. So at this point, we're going to change this to does not equal. And this part doesn't change because that's the other boundary down at the bottom of the screen. But we do change this. So we got to have our index down minus the count up. Well, that was up, so this should be plus count up. Plus count down. And that'll be the same over here. Well, come on, Windows. Okay. Let's do that. And then we need to increment down. And then the countdown will always go up now, our count. So let's test that one. What am I doing here? There we go. Still need to do that build script. That's that stuff you give the junior programmers to do. Okay, we are seeing way down now. That is not good. Okay, that is not implemented correctly. Okay, what did we mess up with that one? So countdown is 1. Countdown should be going up till it hits player side radius. Okay. Oh, here we go. See, it's no longer plus radius here. It's just PY. Because they're doing it from the player position instead of starting way out and coming back in. That. Wow, we got totally empty everything here. Okay, well we're getting the single one there. All right, let me around that. I need to get over there. Dang it. Let's go back through here. Okay, now here's an example. I'm trying to go left. See how I can't go? It's because we're casting 2 places out, which is on a border, and now it never reels it back in. So we need to cast from the beginning of the player out, and that way you'll hit that. Now if we go up and back left, then the down will pick that up. So we go up, over, well, we can't go that way either. There we go. Now it picks it up, down, and that's why we couldn't see that. But you'd think the down would also pick up the one down there, though. It should be picking another one up. Because if we're here, we cast down 1. It should show two spots there. How do I even get over there? I gotta go back down here. I can't get in there. Okay, so apparently this is all walls here. I need to do a spell that reveals the whole map, and I could see. Okay, so I think that's what's going on. I think what we'll do, we'll finish this conversion and then see what happens from there. So let's do left. Because we just saw how that one didn't work correctly. Okay, count left. I'll start that with 1. So left is going to be this one here. So py times screen left. Oh. So it's going to be left minus count left. Okay. And then that's going to increment. Well, it's actually going to go to the left and then count left. These always go up. All right. So that didn't pick it up. When we were here, we didn't see that mark there. So let's look at our algorithm here on our left. So count left equals 1. So while count left is less than 2, or does not equal 2, and left is greater than 0. Wait, where's... Okay, px, so it is greater than 0. In that case, it was what, 0, 1, 2, 3. So plus left, which is 3 minus count left, which is 2, equals that. Oh no, it's correct. Oh yeah, that is correct. Never mind. Now see if there's one below that. Should pick it up. Now we didn't implement right. Okay, so when we were here, it should have picked up that one, and it didn't. So see, we're up here. I wonder if there's one up here. Well, we can't get to it. Oh, it's so hard to see any of this. Oh, dang. See, it didn't pick up this one. It's going one and it's not picking up the next. On all of them. Okay, this one should be minus. Oh, no, it's not. It's plus. Because we're just adding the x element. We're calculating a row here, and then we're adding the column inside that row. Okay, right should be going plus plus. Well, we haven't actually fixed this one yet, but might as well do it now. Get all this working. So count right is right times 2. Left does not equal right does not equal. So what we're doing is we're virtually moving the player again. Pretty much. That's why we assign these direction symbols here to their player coordinate counterparts. Let's increment down. Here. It's not equal to that. So those all start at 1. Oh, you know what? Because we should be able to equal that. That's a big, you hardly ever do an equal on this kind of stuff. It's usually the less than or greater than. So it should be, less than player site radius plus 1? Ah, I hate doing that. We need to be one above it. We need to be able to be equal to it. Is there such thing as a not greater than? That's what we need. We need a not greater than. That's what we need. I don't think that's legal. I've never seen that in my whole career. So if it's sequel, I think you could do an actually spell out not equal or not greater than, something like that. Something like this. Man, I hate that. All right, well, let's just do it. Let's hack it up. So countdown less than player radius plus 1. That's so ugly. Anyway, that's how it goes. So down is this and that. These are all the same. Copy that. One more. Okay. Why did the whole thing not even work? Okay, well, we're seeing way ahead, that's for sure. We're seeing 3 ahead now. Let's see how we missed that one. We're seeing way too far down there. Definitely not right. Okay, countdown, blah, blah, player site raise 2. Countdown starts at 1. Dang. Shouldn't this be working? Obviously not if it's not. So countdown's 1. It's less than 3. This is 2. Plus 1 is 3. Okay, yeah, that's definitely wrong. Because then it goes up. Now it's 2. It's less than 3. So that should be the end of it. Now it goes down here. Now it's 3. Is less than 3. That's no. So it should end at that point. So we have down. That's our Y position. Oh. So down starts out as the player Y. So down is the player's Y position. And if we add 1, we're now 1 row down, which is where it's supposed to be. Times screen with yes, plus px, yes. So that's correct. That should be 1 square down. Bam. Now we increment down. Now we're standing on that position where we just saw. Plus countdown. Oh, there we go. Because now countdown's going to be 2 more. Yeah, okay. The problem is we're moving the player position, the virtual position. That's the problem. That's why we were getting the 3. It was actually casting 2 out, but it was moving the virtual player down each time, and so the 2 was extending out. But how does that affect the equation in here? Because that should stay where the player is, so I think that's right. And then just the count variable should be counting. All right. Okay, so right is definitely wrong. Because that's extending way out there. So it's almost like we're still moving our right. Can we move left? Yes. And now we're picking up that third one, see? So right is definitely wrong. Yeah. Okay, what are we doing with right? Let's see. Player X position plus count right, which is 1, so we go 1 out. Count right is less than. Oh, why didn't I just do less than or equal? Grief. Why am I think I'm getting old. Less than or equal. Duh. Someone out there made a comment on that, I'm sure. This idiot. Alright. Hey, it happens to all of us. Maybe not to you yet, but it will. Okay, less than or equal to that, blah, blah. Equal. Does that even make a difference? Doubt it, but it's easier to read, that's for sure. That is for sure. For sure. Wow. Look at that. How far it cast it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spaces. That is crazy. Look at that. And down. Well, down it did 2, but can we go there? Yeah. Yeah, the right is just way messed up. see, up. Well, no, that was correct. About left. Oh, there's one. So it just looks like right is messed up. The heck's going on here? Let's take a look at it. So this should pretty much be the opposite of the left one. So right, less than or equal to player site radius. Left is greater than 0, which will go from the left, that's right. Right here, less than minus 2, that's correct. I think the 2 is correct. I haven't really tested that. Okay, py times screen width plus that. Py times screen width plus left minus count left. Right plus count right. Yeah, because we're casting to the right. We're casting to the left. Count left plus plus. I just don't see it. So right's 1. Count right starts at 1. Right is our X position. Count right starts at 1. Okay. Oh, no wonder. I forgot that. Get rid of these now. Those are just reminders, really. Okay. All right. So we've detected 2 squares to the right. Come here. Come here, baby. Sparky. So I think it's working now. Appears to be. So I think we've solved that one. We don't need these anymore. Clean this up, get it checked in. That's the end of that one. I want to do one more experiment though. I want to change that player site radius. 2 might be a little low. Let's play with that a bit. So let's go to, where's our player site radius? It's in initialize player, I believe. And like I said, you know, spells and things like that would be able to change this. So let's add that. Let's say 4. See what happens with that. Oops. I don't know what I did there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 might be too much. Three might be a little better. Another thing is I think, let's change it to 3. I don't want to get too far into tweaking all this, but let's change the floor tile. All those dashes are driving me nuts. Um, what we need is a fog of war tile. Where's our tiles at? Miscellaneous. Okay, anytime. Here we go. So floor's that. Um, I mean, we can do floor like that, but we could do a dot. I don't know if I like dots. So. Okay, let's leave that like that, and let's do a fog of war tile. Um, and that'll be blank. So where are we actually doing that? Where's initialize fog of war? Oh my goodness. Border. I just noticed this is drawing the floor and the border. It's like it's drawing the whole screen. Why are we doing that? Okay, a fog of war screen. Because it's doing the same thing as that. Pretty much. It's not using a ternary. Why are we doing that? Yikes. It's pretty bad when you forgot. Well, that's the feeling you get when you're looking at other people's code. Oh, I done forgot my own code. Okay, so I think we did it just because it was the easiest thing to do. Okay, so this, let's do fog of war tile or fog of war cover. Let's see how that works. Now, when we when we actually illuminate things, we should see the other tile because it should be right in here. Remember, that's our actual model, and fog of war screen's our view. Let's see if that small fix changes it. Whoops, what'd I do? Oh, 109. Where's that at? Cover. Okay, where'd I put it? Did I not put it up here? No, I did not, did I? All right, let's check that out. So we get blanks. Now see, the floor is what we're seeing here. Not seeing any walls yet. But it kind of shows you the layout a little better. That way you can kind of see where you've been, where you haven't. I like it better. And we can kind of play with the graphics. Um, let me see what the dot looks like on that. Is the dot better? Because usually in the actual games that you see on YouTube, because I think the original Rogue was dots too. Let's see how that looks. I don't want to get too caught up in this, but it is interesting. Okay, so we got dots. Ain't bad. Is it less distracting? Hmm. I think I like the dots, actually. It's not too bad. Okay, here we go. All right, that's it for that. We got the Fog of War going. Uh, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for subscribing, giving a thumbs up, sharing. I appreciate it. I will see you on the next one.